Today is January 21st, 2018. This is the spiritual reading for this week. The spirits have been very active. We're coming up on a full moon soon, so those, especially with abilities, are going to start to see more, feel more, experience more. And our family in general will also just start to be a little bit more active, so to speak. So let's get into the reading. So the first one is for Steve K. Your grandmother wants you to know that your frustration with your car is because you keep missing a piece that needs to be fixed. It's like you look right past it every single time. And since you work on your own cars, there's definitely some things that you're getting frustrated with because you can't seem to find what's wrong. But it's a very small little part. It's like tiny, tiny, tiny. And it almost feels like it doesn't fit right, or is just has broken down enough that it's causing problems. But when you're going down the area that it's in, you just keep missing it. So take a step back and have a little bit more sight in what you're doing with that patience, and then you'll see it because it's kind of crooked, so you'll be able to find it that way. Okay, Melissa M. This is also from your grandmother. She said that your relationship with John is actually very good. You just keep seeing things wrong that aren't really wrong. You're pinpointing things on past relationships, which is causing you to see things differently in your current relationship. And John is very good for you and is nothing like the other people in the past. So when you start to feel like something's wrong with the relationship, take that step back, take a few breaths, just kind of breathe into it, and feel if it really is the relationship you're currently in, or if past relationships are kind of hitting on you. The next one is for Carl. This is Carl. This is Carl K. This is from Grandpop. He is saying that you focused on the wrong thing in December, and it cost you a little bit of friendship with your best friend from when you were little. And he wants you to know that just be humble, apologize, and the relationship will be fine. You both are stubborn. You both don't like to admit when you're wrong, you and this friend. But it truly was your fault this time. So Grandpa's just saying it's not worth losing a friend over. So just be humble and just admit that you were, screwed up, and that you're sorry. The next one is for Michael K. This is from your dad. So, dad is saying that life does seem to find a way to kick you in your ass every single time. Just never seems like you can get a break. Every 2 steps forward, you take, feels like 3 steps backwards. You do have some negative energy that's associated with you in general. There's one that's attached to you that you've had since you were a child. There's one attached to a lamp that you have in the house. There's one that's attached to a vase that you have in the house. And then there's also one that's just attached to, it feels like a tire, but it doesn't feel like it's a real tire. So I don't know if it's a tire for like decorations, or I want to say it's more like that. It's like a decoration. And the person that gave you to you is a negative person. And so some of their energy had come on top of that object, and so now it's also affecting you. So you have like 4 major negative entities that are doing their best to just try and keep you miserable. The best thing for you to do would be to seek someone out, because I know you're not local to me. You feel like you're in like the Midwest, but you need to find someone local to you that deals with energy and that can remove negative energy from objects and people. Uh, Depending on where you go, if you find somebody who's fairly new at doing it, chances are they're not going to charge you, because I know you don't have a lot. But you would find somebody who's learning, or is doing more recent doing it, because then it's volunteer work. So, but that's what's going on. You can help lessen it yourself by white lighting, and that is in the subscription area of the video. So if someone knows this person and is going to give them this information. You can also look up the white light. You can also do it that way too to help yourself. But I feel like the one that's physically attached to you and has been since you were a little child is going to need a little bit more help. But if you're diligent in white lighting every day and for months, I believe you can get it off yourself. So just do your best. Seek somebody out if you need help. Um, I keep hearing the name Amy Kay, and I feel like she's come up in a few different messages, and it feels like it's the same person. So she hasn't gotten a hold of these messages yet, or hasn't heard it in her sleep. If no one knows who this is, as the subscription grows, but you if someone knows who this is, let this person know that, her grandmother says that she really needs to change her own personality. She is projecting everything that bothers her onto other people and blaming other people for her not moving forward and her stuck in her rut. But in the end, it truly is her issue. And so she needs to do some true soul searching, so to speak, and letting go. Writing a list of all the things that is bothering her and how she can effectively change it is the best thing. Um, and hopefully this gets to her soon so I stop hearing that same name, because it is the same name. Even though I don't give you guys the last names for privacy perspective, it is the same person. Um, okay. And then we have a William A. Your dad wants you to know that he's okay. He recently passed, and you were wondering because he was in so much pain before he passed away, that he is okay. He's not in pain, and he's extremely happy. So, just so you know, he is doing very, very well. And yeah, and he's watching out for you temporarily. He'll be back after he does his transition, about a few months. He hasn't done it yet, even though I feel like he passed within the last month. He wanted to wait to put this out there so that way his son can hear it. So lots of grandparents and a couple dads today, which is nice. It's always nice to hear from family. And then the overall message for everybody from the spirits is be good to yourself and be kind to yourself. Being good to yourself isn't always spending a lot of money on yourself, but just be good to yourself. Find something that makes you happy, even if it's reading a book, sitting in the sun, and if it's cold outside, move a chair to a window or a door and sit there. Um, It'll go a long way, even 15 minutes. So everyone is stressed out. Everyone has a lot going on, and no one thinks somebody else is more stressed than they are, which so they're adding a lot of frustration within their conversations, and everyone needs to take that step back, find something to do at least 15 minutes a day that truly is only for you, no matter what your situation is. So, until next week,